Hey everyone, today I'll be going over the settings I use for Fortnite. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with the window mode. So I use this full screen. Uh, Resolution 1920 by 1080 is what I use, but you can run different depending on your setup. Frame limit, I have it at 360 FPS. That's because I have a ROG monitor that runs at 360 megahertz. This all depends on what megahertz your monitor runs at. So if it runs at 144 or 240, just make sure you have it on either 240 if it's running at 240 or 144 if it's running at 144. So just that's the way I do it. Brightness, just personal preference on that. User interface 1x. Colorblind mode, I like Triton Nope, so this is what I personally like. So I would just suggest kind of playing around with that and seeing which one you like the best. Quality presets, you want to make this custom. Anti-aliasing and super resolution, turn this off. NVIDIA DLS, it should be disabled. 3D resolution, make sure this is at 100%. View distance, I have this at epic, and that's because when I play, I'm looking to try to find as many people as possible when I'm up in the air. Um, but if you want the highest FPS, running on your game, I recommend using medium. That's going to get you the best FPS. Shadows, turn that off. Textures, I go with high. It actually doesn't affect the FPS, so I leave it at high there. Auto download high resolution textures, turn that off. The reminders, turn that off also. Effects, low. Post processing, make that low also. VSync, off. Motion blur, off. Show FPS, I put it on just because I like to see what I'm running at while I'm in the game. So that's just personal preference. Rendering mode, uh, I use DirectX 11. That's just seems to be running the best. Allow multi-threaded rendering, I have that on. That's just like basically if you have a multi-core processor, it's going to help rendering through the processors. Use GPU crash debugger. I turn it off. Latency markers, turn that off. NVIDIA reflex low latency. I have this on plus boost. That seems to be the one that runs great for my 3090 Ti graphics card. So that might be something you might want to just kind of play with and see which one runs best for you. Let's see here. Extra game options. Uh, you want to turn off NVIDIA highlights if you have it on. You don't want that on there. Turn off the report performance stats. Disable that. You want all these replays turned off if you're going for high FPS. What else? I have my sensitivity of 1, vertical horizontal ratio 1:1, steady and 5, acceleration medium 2x. For my mouse and keyboard sensitivity, I have the x-axis at 12.6, the y-axis at 12.6, the targeting sensitivity at 48.1%, and the scope sensitivity at 50.9%. These are, I kind of feel like this is more personal preference. Usually anywhere between like 8 to 13, somewhere in that range, you want to have these two. And then here, somewhere in the range of 45 to 55. So it just depends on personal preference wise. So you can play with those two and see what you like best. Now, if you're playing on PC, the one thing I do recommend is you want to go into a control panel on NVIDIA, and this is going to give you. Alright, now that we're into the NVIDIA control panel, there's a couple of settings inside of here that we'd like to change if you're running on PC. First, it's going to be the adjust image settings with preview. You're going to want it's probably selected on let the 3D application decide. You want to change this to use the advanced 3D image settings. So click that and hit apply. Then you're going to want to click take me there, and this is going to take you to the manage 3D settings. And inside of here you want to change a couple things. First, it's going to be the low latency mode. You want to change that to ultra. Make sure that's changed to ultra. Then scroll down a little bit and you're going to find power management mode. You want to change this to prefer maximum performance. And the next one down, texture filtering quality. You're going to want to change this one to high performance. And I think that's it for this setup here. Then we're going to go down to change resolution. You always want to make sure if this is not set up the same as your monitor max is, then you want to make sure, if it's running at 240 hertz, you're going to want to change it to 240. So if it's only showing 60 or something, that's not good. So you want to change that. Make sure that's changed to whatever your monitor is running at, and then your resolution also. Scroll down farther, you're going to see apply the following settings, and it's probably going to be checked on use default color settings. You want to change this to use NVIDIA color settings, and make sure all these outputs are the same, and then always hit apply after you're changing all these different ones. Next is going to be adjust video color settings. This one, it probably will be checked with the video player settings. Change it to with NVIDIA settings, and then you're going to want to scroll over to advanced, and the dynamic range is going to change from limited to full. So you want to make sure it's on full, and then hit apply. I think that's it. So those are the settings. If you are running on PC, you want to make sure that those are all set up properly. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you have any more questions, just drop a comment below, and I'll try to respond to them as fast as possible. Alright, peace.